Hello there, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. I've got all of my collection updates for you all for the month of March. This is going to be Blu-rays, video games, toys, as well as Star Wars books and comics. Make sure you give me a like. Helps me out with the channel. Subscribe to the channel for more updates like this. Check out my past month's updates if you missed them. And without further ado, let's get into the collections here. So we're going to start off with Blu-rays. And I only picked up 2 Blu-rays this month, but I did get the steel books of The Mandalorian Season 1 and Season 2. These are the cool new releases they've been doing for the physical copies of The Mandalorian, and we're getting Obi-Wan and Andor. I'm not sure if they're out already, but they are coming, and those look pretty awesome as well. I will be picking those up, but yeah, The Mandalorian, awesome set here. I'm so happy to have these and add them to the collection. Got some toys for you all, or some figures, you could say, for this month. I haven't picked up too many recently. I used to be a big figure guy. Haven't been as much in the past few years, but I did pick up, because I thought this was really cool, this new rebuild version of Eva Unit 1. And this is part of what they're calling the Shin Japanese Heroes Universe collection. It comes with the Eva from the Rebuild films, and then there's Shin Godzilla, which also directed by Hideaki Anno, and Shin Kamen Rider figures for another Hideaki Anno film, and then one that's part of that universe that I actually haven't seen yet, I gotta watch it, is Shin Ultraman. So picking all those up, and they actually all go together here. I'm not a big Funko guy, I don't really have too many, but I did pick up this one of the Big Daddy Funko, mainly because I was at a thrift store, looked it up, saw it was worth something, and I do love Bioshock. This also doesn't really look like a traditional Funko, or at least what they've come to be. I thought this was pretty cool. Huge Bioshock fan. Had to get it for the collection. I picked up my first oversized hardcover for Berserk. This is the deluxe edition, volume 1. I am getting into manga. I've been reading One Piece. I've been reading Dragon Ball. I've been reading My Hero Academia, Attack on Titan, but everybody says Berserk is the best, or one of the greatest comics of all time, or manga of all time, so had to get this one in the oversized format. I've heard amazing things about these deluxe editions. I did start this, and I'm a pretty good chunk of the way through it. It's such a page turner. It's really action-packed. I do love the art style, so can't wait to read the rest of these. There are 13 of these. I had no idea there were that many until I looked inside this, and so it's a long-form story, but I'm looking forward to trying to make my way through it. A couple more comic book pickups. I picked up Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck, For Whom the Bell Tolls. It's based on some stories by Ernest Hemingway, but it's a Fantagraphics hardcover for the Mickey Mouse stories, and Fantagraphics has done a great job collecting a lot of these Disney comic strips into hardcovers. There's some great art, and in general, they're a really strong collection. So it was $2. Had to have it. Also, same thrift store, and also $2 picked up Pokemon Adventures. This was volume 1. I also got volume 2, volume 3 here, and I think volume 4. And then volume 5 was missing from the set, but there's also volume 6, and then a volume 7. So looking forward to reading these. I'm a big Pokemon fan. Never read any of the Pokemon manga. I did actually used to have a few of the westernized comic books that they released back in the day, and I still have those in my collection, but I don't think I ever read them. And if I did, it was when I was like 6 years old. So looking forward to getting back into reading these. This is the only Star Wars pickup I have for the month, and it is Poe Dameron Volume 1 Black Squadron. Read this all the way back when this came out. I think it was 2016, I want to say. In singles. Held out hope forever for an omnibus, and still nothing. Even though this series wrapped up, I think, in 2019. We're never going to get one, I don't think, at this point, unless Star Wars books start flying off the shelf or the sequels come back in a big way. We're going to wrap up this collection update with video games, and again, for the second consecutive month. This was my biggest collection haul, so starting with a GameStop pickup, Watch Dogs 2. Always heard good things about this, played this with my friends back in college, and I did enjoy it. It has a recreation of San Francisco. I lived in the Bay Area for a while, so it was fun running around and seeing, video game San Francisco. $3.99, I think it was cheaper than that with the gift card I had, so basically paid nothing for it. Glad to have it in the collection. Another GameStop pickup was the Wii U copy of Lego City Undercover. This used to only be available on Wii U. Now it's available everywhere, but I've always heard this was great. And I am a fan of the Lego games. Mostly only play them with other friends or family, but I've heard this one's pretty good, especially as a single player experience. It's one of the better Lego games, so I'd like to give this a shot. Finally picked up Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I'm so excited to start this. I cannot wait to get into this. I'm finishing up a couple games I started recently, so gonna wrap those up, and then I'm finally gonna get into this. I can't believe it's been 4 years since the first part of the remake series came out, but I've heard amazing things so far. This is one of the Game of the Year contenders already. Can't wait to start this. And as I usually do, I save the best for last, and by far the best pickup I had this month, or really in the last few months, is one that has a special place in my heart, and that is Pokemon Soul Silver. This is a complete in-box copy, and it's really, really nice. This box is pretty much immaculate. I love having this in the collection. Finally, I've said this before when it comes to Pokemon, huge fan, but there was a time in my life when I, reached middle school where I was like, too cool for Pokemon, not going to get these. Well, then Pokemon Soul Silver, Heart Gold, and Black and White 2 were the ones that came out in that stretch. And I missed them, and now they're all the most valuable ones. So I do have almost everything now. I am slowly accumulating. I do need the box for Heart Gold. I have the game and everything else, but I need the cardboard box and the Pokewalker, of course. And I also need White 2. And then I have every single Pokemon game. Excited to finally add this to the collection. Paid a relatively steep price for it, but it was below market value. So always exciting to get it below market value. And I've been going back through playing Heart Gold recently. And it just made me super nostalgic for this. Probably the reason I pulled the trigger. I'm so happy to have this game finally complete in box. And that's going to wrap it up for the month. That was a shorter collection update, but hopefully you all enjoyed it. Let me know what you picked up across the last month. Make sure you check out my other collection updates. I post one every single month, so if you missed February's, check that one out. That's the first one where I started to do non-Star Wars things as well in my pickups. Keep an eye out for more collection videos. I do have one coming out for Marvel Omnibus because that's what you all voted as the one you wanted to see next. Check out the Godzilla tier list if you haven't, also up on the channel. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you all next time.